when you surrender, you actually take full control. When you surrender more and more to your true self, the awakening and realization of who you really are, the more control you're in, because you're already in control. You just forgot. That's why when they say the veil is being lifted, it's you coming into remembrance that you're already in control. Higher self, you are your higher self. Source, you are a fragment of source. Or God, source, creator, a guy with lobsters coming out of his ears in the sky, whatever is in alignment for you to believe of a higher power. You are it, baby. We're all connected in this universe. All that is. So join me, Bensi, your divine feminine empowerment and spiritual awakening coach. Let's get it. So the more you become lucid in reality, into the awakening of your conscious awareness that you are the creator, that you are a part of all that is, you empower yourself through this process. The more you become lucid and realize physical reality is just a dream. Because think about it this way. If you go into a dream, right, which you probably have pretty often, and in those dreams after you wake up, boy, did it feel pretty real, right? So I hope you're having a green juice with me. That dream felt pretty real, right? As if it had happened and you bought into the dream. Now, unless you woke up in the dream and became lucid in it, typically either you may just wake up right away, and that typically happens when you start becoming lucid, because all of a sudden when grandma's turning into a dragon, it's like, whoa, that's not normal, right? So that's when your beliefs kick in and you're no longer buying into that dream. Except the wild part is your consciousness, your actual power was able to refine every single details and create every single detail and create a world in your dream where you bought into that reality in your dream. Like you bought into it, right? Like you believed it. Like you actually believed the narrative of the dream. That's my point. So in the same way, physical reality is the dream that you've created. It's a conscious projection. And you're getting to experience it in the way you intended. And the other part about dreams is, and I just had this realization, is because you consciously created your dream, that's how powerful you are, right? And the wild part is everything in your dream, whether if it was a chair, whether if it was grandma turning into a dragon, or Starbucks, or the people you talk to, or grandma turning into a Starbucks, or the people you associated had a conversation with within your dream, guess what? They were just you. They were a fragment of your consciousness. Isn't that wild? So in the same way, in physical reality, everybody is the fragment of our consciousness. Consciousness isn't everything. Whether if it's made up from it, or you have consciousness within a picture frame. I mean, you may not, as your individual human experience, it may not be relevant for that because you intended to have this experience. So for all the things that you want, believe me, everything is happening through you. Nothing is happening to you. You can take it a step further to it's happening for you. The real truth is, though, is consciousness is happening through you. That's the real realization. Is when you realize this and remember who you are, that you're actually in control. So when you surrender to the very present moment and enjoy, whether if it's a contrasting event, it may not be so pleasant, know that it's going to benefit you anyway. So that way you can still feel like, hey, I'm grateful for this. It's showing me contrast, right? So when you surrender to the innate control, which you already have because you are your higher self, you're paving this yellow brick road for yourself, your journey. You just get to experience the road you've paved. And as you experience things here, you grow and expand your consciousness and decide, hey, there are some other things I want to experience on my journey. So your higher self recognizes that and starts putting those things in place. So the more you keep taking aligned action to things that excite you the most, the more you're going to keep seeing reasons on why you should keep doing it. The universe, yourself, will always provide you exactly what you need because you're abundant. Abundance is having what you need when you need it, and you will always have that. I mean, you've survived up until this point, right? Up until now. Now it's time to start thriving and having this realization that this is all a conscious projection. And anybody you communicate with is a fragment of you. So don't you think that's when we should start being more unconditionally loving? I mean, have your very conditional boundaries. You're still having the human experience. That's why a lot of, sometimes you become a people pleaser because you have a worthiness wound and you do things for others at the sacrifice of yourself. You don't really know how to say no. So learning how to set boundaries is part of the contrasting event, right? Sometimes people pleasers attract narcissists, date them because they don't know how to say no. And they end up serving the narcissist until eventually the relationship blows up and then the people pleaser was at fault. Except people pleasing, again, it's a way to get your needs met, validation and approval. So in the same way, it's kind of manipulative. You may not know it until you add awareness to it on why you're doing it. Because if you feel like you say no to someone and they're not going to be your friend anymore, they're going to break up with you. Yeah, because you don't feel like you're whole and complete. So once you realize that and you start setting healthy boundaries with people, you start attracting healthier people in your reality. Everything's a reflection of where you are in your current journey. I have tons of videos on people pleasing and the narcissistic relationship and all that stuff. So I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole right now. My point is, though, is once you realize who you really are and you are this powerful, it's about living in the present moment and finding that inner stillness and peace. And the more, and this came from an Eckhart Tolle video I watched earlier, is when you have inner stillness and peace, focus on it. Remember what that feeling is like, so that way later you won't need actual inner stillness in your physical reality to have it. Because even when things are getting noisy in your external reality, you can still know what the feeling of inner peace is like, and you can bring that vibration to you. And the sooner you hold on to that vibration, because you know you can shift your emotions, you have self-mastery, guess what? Your outer reality shifts. Because you're the creator. So what your vibration is at is what you're seeing in your reality. How you're thinking, acting, feeling, and being, how you're showing up in the world is what's being reflected to you. All right? So surrender and enjoy the moments. Know that everything's working out for you because you're making it work for you. The place you really want to reach if you want to raise your vibration is unconditional. Unconditional love, unconditional happiness. Without the condition needing to change, you can stay within the vibration which you prefer. All right, so do what you will with the information. Have a pleasant, wonderful, magnificent, alchemizing day, beautiful cosmic soul on your individual experience as a human here on Earth. Much love and light vibration out. Bye.